Hi everybody! Today we're going to be talking about lesson 40, using the distributive property. So in your lesson 39 yesterday, we talked about using the distributive property in order to multiply. We're going to continue to talk more about how to use the distributive property. So let's look here at example number 1. Show two ways to simplify this expression. Well, we all know about PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. So I'm going to use PEMDAS in order to solve this problem. So I'm going to rewrite the problem, 3 parentheses, 8 minus 2, close parentheses. Whenever you have a number inside parentheses, for example, let's actually go ahead and solve this. 3 parentheses, 8 minus 2, which equals 6. These parentheses tell me to multiply. Whenever you see parentheses and a number in front of it, it means to multiply. It's very important that you leave the parentheses around the 6, because if you don't, it looks like 36. Well, this isn't an answer. 3 times 8 minus 2 doesn't equal 36. I have to solve this. 8 minus 2 equals 6, and I leave the parentheses which tell me now to multiply. 3 times 6 equals 18. So make sure you leave those parentheses. Well, let's talk about the other way to do it, the distributive property. Distributive, okay, comes from the base word distribute, to spread out. So we're going to take and rewrite the original problem. 3 times, that's what this parenthesis means, 8 minus 2. And I'm going to take this 3 and I'm going to distribute it to the 8 and distribute it to the 2. So my next line will look like this. 3 times 8, close the parentheses, minus, because I'm subtracting, 3 times 2. So I've taken this 3 and I'm multiplying, so I'm going to multiply it by both numbers and then subtract the products. So I'm distributing that 3 to my subtraction problem. So if I solve this, 3 times 8 equals 24. Minus 3 times 2, which equals 6, and 24 minus 6 is 18. So the first way is to use PEMDAS. Solve what's in the parentheses first, and then multiply to get your product. The second way is to multiply and distribute your number to each of your numbers in your parentheses, multiply separately, and then subtract to find your difference. If your answers don't match, you did something wrong in one of the problems and you need to do it again. Okay? Let's look at example 2. Okay, show two ways to evaluate 5 times a plus 1 when a equals 9. So I'm going to use PEMDAS. And I'm going to rewrite the original problem. 5 times a plus 1, a equals 9. Now I rewrite the problem substituting the 9 for a. 5 times 9 plus 1. Using PEMDAS, I do what's in parentheses first. So 5 times 9 plus 1 is 10. And now I multiply. 5 times 10 is 50. Order or distributive property. Again, I rewrite the problem. 5 times a plus 1, a equals 9. I rewrite the problem. 5 times 9 plus 1, And now I distribute the 5. 5 times 9 plus 5 times 1. And now I can solve. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 5 times 1 is 5, equals 50. Okay, and my answers match, so I know I did it correctly. Let's look at example 3. Find the value of g that makes this equation true. So I'm going to rewrite it really quickly. 4 times 15 equals 4 times 10 plus 4 times g. Well, this is just the distributive property drawn out. I've multiplied 4 times 15, and 15 is 10 plus 5. So here's my 4 times 10. I'm going to add it to 5. So g over here equals 5. So I don't actually need to solve this problem in order to figure out what g is. I need to turn 15 into its expanded form. Expanded form. Because that's essentially what this is. This is the 10 plus 5, g equals 5. Okay, that's it. Off to your lesson practice, and I will see you in the morning.